Hey everyone, Shauna Ryan here, and simply put, this is the year of the Bronx. 2014 marks the borough's 100th year anniversary. So officials have planned fun events all year long, including tours of the borough on this trolley. And I thought, why can't I get a tour of the best of the Bronx? Come on. Hey, Fernando.
Hey, hello.
Hello. Well, Fernando is the borough's official trolley driver. He's kind enough to give us a lift today. And since this is an historic occasion, I think we should start at the very beginning at the Museum of Bronx History to talk with a man who knows more about the borough than probably anyone else. Fernando, let's hit the road.
Let's go.
My name is Lloyd Ultan. I am the Bronx Borough historian, and we are in the Valentine Varian House, which was built in 1758. It's 375 years since the first European settler came here. His name is Jonas Bronx.
Lloyd told us in 1898 the city took over the area known as the Bronx as a borough, naming it after the Bronx River. But actually, the Centennial celebrates a different milestone.
While the Bronx was a borough of the city of New York, it was not a county of the state of New York. On January 1st, 1914, the state legislature decreed that the Bronx would become the 62nd and last county to be created by the state of New York. North of maybe 149th Street, it was mostly farms. And east of that was mostly farms with scattered suburban villages. On either side of World War I, the subway began to be built. And the subway built the Bronx almost overnight.
So much history to celebrate here. The first U.S. Hall of Fame was here. The fact that Edgar Allan Poe lived here. And of course, we can't forget about you sports fans.
The Yankees have won more world championships than any team playing any sport anywhere in the world.
Lloyd definitely inspired us for our next trolley trip. Well, when you think of the Bronx, you definitely think of the Bronx Bombers, so you know we have to go visit the home of the Yankees.
Now, Yankee Stadium opened up in 1923. Now, the reason why is because the Yankees had acquired Babe Ruth a few years earlier. They were sharing the polo grounds with the New York Giants baseball team. Immediately, the owners of the Yankees had to build a new stadium. They built Yankee Stadium, which was the very first venue for baseball to be called a stadium, and also the very first one to have more than 3 tiers.
We'd love to stick around and learn more, but we've got to keep on moving. Well, if baseball games aren't your thing, maybe you're more into a zoo. And arguably in New York State, none is more iconic than the Bronx Zoo.
The Bronx Zoo actually began and opened up in 1899, an idea that came about by people who were hunters. All of the big game were disappearing, and they said, you know, how could we, hunt if they're not around? So we got to do something to preserve them. And by the way, it was in the Bronx Zoo that the American buffalo, the bison, was saved from extinction. So if you go to Yellowstone National Park and a buffalo comes over to you and speaks to you in a Bronx accent, you know why.
Very funny, but we can't crack jokes all day here because we have one more stop. And if you still haven't had your fill of Mother Nature, not too far away, you can see something beautiful at the Botanical Gardens.
We like to think of ourselves as a museum of plants. I'm Nick Leshy at the New York Botanical Garden. I'm the Director of Public Relations. It is an oasis from the urban lifestyle, but it's just a perfect place to go to. And it reminds people of what New York used to be. Right in the heart of the garden, we have 50 acres of uncut forest. It's called the Thane Family Forest, and it's what covered all of New York at one point. We really like to think of the New York Botanical Garden as a jewel that people might not even know is there. People who live in the Bronx, we like to think of it as their backyard.
Open all year, and with some 50 different gardens and plant collections, we wish we could stop all day and smell the roses, but our trolley is waiting. Well, that concludes our tour. I'm Shauna Ryan for Neighborhood Journal. If you want to learn more about how you can take part in cool trolley rides with Fernando, just head online to ilovethebronx.com. But for now, I'm going to keep this tour going. Fernando, let's hit the road.